Alright, so this is my reflection vlog number 6. This week has been good. Um, I really like the topics and materials we studied this week. I'm going to go through two that I really liked and also share another concept that we talked about a lot in another business class. But first, I want to talk about success is guided by self mastery. I really like this talk. I can't remember who gave the talk, but then they're talking. He mentioned a boy um, who promised that he was going to be 100%er. And it was the idea of attending every meeting in church and kind of doing everything perfectly. Um, I, that kind of idea really struck me as something that's really important and shows kind of your drive and your commitment to something. I typed in my notes, "Am I going to be 100%er?" And I kind of reflect a little bit on what that means. What 100%er would be is 100%er someone who gets C's in all their classes and barely gets by? No, it's probably someone who gets A's in all their classes and strives to kind of do their best and give their best work. Someone who is at all the meetings and turn in their material on time. And there's always going to be things in the way stopping you or preventing you from doing that, but 100% I think is someone who sacrifices less important things to accomplish what they believe is most important. I don't think I don't want to be 100%er in school if it means coming in less with church callings or in my family. So I think understanding your priorities and then seeking for that is how you become 100%er. The other article I really liked was "So You Want to Be an Entrepreneur." I really like how they laid out the kind of bare bones of what you need to start a business. What you need is one, an in depth knowledge of the industry, two, the skills to run a daily operations, and three, you need the ability to raise money. I think that is such a simple idea, but is really what everything else is built up on. If you can raise money, but can't handle daily operations, then you will quickly start running into issues and running out of capital. And if you can run daily operations and have the money, but don't know where the industry is going, you can easily invest in things that might not be as advantageous and find yourself doing very poorly in that industry. The next kind of principle in there that I liked was how you gain those knowledge, those three things. So the only way to get those three knowledge, those three concepts, or to have that information, is to one, learn it yourself, or two, gain a partner who already knows it. And I thought that was kind of funny, but that's the truth. Is if you don't know how to get money, then you can either, like, if you don't know how to raise capital or gain investors, then you either have to learn how to do it yourself or bring on someone who does. And I think having that mentality that it's either you know it or you have to rely on someone else to know it is a big motivator to learn more stuff yourself and to really start networking with other people, because you might be able to find that person who covers those spots that you aren't so knowledgeable on, and once you guys form a partnership, you can easily build a successful business. um, I kind of wrote all of these in like an order of like what the plan should be. But the plan is that after graduating, you get a job in a good company, a company who are doing the best practices, that are striving to embody the principles kind of found in the book Good to Great. Then you develop industry knowledge as well as operational skills in that business. And if you can also, ideally too, after you gain fundraising skills on knowing how to increase your money. After that, you look at what parts are missing from the in your knowledge out of the three concepts, and fill in with a partner if you need to. And then after, you can start your own business. And through your experience and knowledge in the good business that you started working in, ideally you'd be able to take some of those principles and your own ideas to create your own business. The last thing I want to talk about is the hedgehog kind of principle or concept. Um, there's a story that talks about a fox and a hedgehog, and the fox is very cunning and very wise, and he can come up with hundreds of different kind of schemes or plans to kind of get the hedgehog. But the hedgehog, it only really knows one plan, and it does it very well. What happens is, whenever the hedgehog is in danger, it curls up in a ball, and its spikes protect it from any predator. And so, time and time again, the fox will come up with these different ideas, but every time the hedgehog will do the same thing. It'll curl up into a ball and be protected because of its spikes. And the kind of principle behind it is that we should strive to do one thing really well instead of coming up with 100 mediocre or poor ideas or things. I think this is kind of central to an entrepreneur's business, is understanding that what you do best, you build on that until you're the best person that does it, and that no matter what anyone else tries to do, that because you have solely invested in this only thing, when it comes down to that share of the market, people know that so and so's business is the best, because that's their hedgehog concept. I think I really like how everything's kind of coming together, and how entrepreneurship is becoming more easy to understand. It's really just an extension of learning how to do something well enough that you can do it on your own. And whether that's art or manufacturing something or any service, it's just learning how to do it well enough, learning the concepts of running the business well enough that you can do it for yourself, so that you're working for yourself. And it's making me excited to kind of see what my future may lie. So that's my week 6 reflection vlog.